Good afternoon, everyone. This is Heather, and I garden in Zone 6B in New Jersey. And this is the first video that I'm doing this year. It's spring. And there's not actually a whole lot going on, but I figured while everything was really small, I could just kind of walk around the garden and take images of what's coming up where so I can remember. As everything gets bigger, it kind of all blends together. So isn't that nice? This is a viburnum. This is summer snowflake. Let me get closer so you can see it. It's so pretty this time of year. I've got 3 of them. They're way bigger than I was expecting. So let me just kind of back up a little bit. They go way past my chimney. Way past. And I don't care because they're so nice. I don't care. And let me back up, let you see something new for this year. I planted last year a flowering vine. It's a clematis, pruning group 1. And let me get real close to the flowers here so you can see them. And they're pretty small, but they are so abundant and so pretty. This is called Montana Maline. So this is for, they like sun, and this is for, an area where you've got a lot of space for this, because these vines can get, 30 feet long, and these smell kind of vanilla-ish. If you get real close to them, it's not overpowering, but I planted this last year, and right now, let me show you what it's doing. And it was tiny. It was only a couple of inches, and let me back up, let you see what it did in just 1 year. It's right over the arbor, and we're just gonna, I'll back up so you can see the whole thing. Isn't that nice? I love it. And I don't have to do anything to this. I don't have to prune it. So it's pruning group 1, so you don't have to prune it at all. You can just leave it, let it do its thing. And I'm just going to let this go the entire length of the fence, and then just train it back and forth to the extent that I can control this thing. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But it is so pretty. So let me go down to the main garden and show you where things kind of are popping up. And like I said, there's not going to be a whole lot to see because everything's tiny. Nothing's really blooming yet, but at least I can show you what I have. Show you some of the new stuff. This was a kind of a test last year. I was curious to see who would win the battle. We have Sweet Woodruff here, right here, and Lamium White Nancy, and we have Vinca. All very aggressive. And I just needed to fill this spot in so bad because we have obviously mulch and it runs off in the rain into the lawn, and just, it's hideous. So planted some aggressive plants here to see which one would win. And so far I'm saying White Nancy is a dud. Nothing happening there. It didn't spread. It never gets any bigger. But the Sweet Woodruff is just taking off. This was just so tiny when I planted it, and it's coming up everywhere. I may be regretting this if it wanders into the lawn, but we'll see what happens. I'll try to control it. The Vinca's doing pretty good too, but I know how that behaves because I have that in the backyard, and I find Vinca to be really easy to control, at least for me. I just grab them, rip them out, and if they come back, I rip them out again. And then we've got some Aconocloa here, some forest grass, Japanese forest grass. Got some Japanese painted fern. Everything's really tiny. I've got 3, what else have I got here? I've got Semisafuga, Hillside Black Beauty. The deer have been pretty mean to that in the past, but I'll be a little bit better about spraying it. I've got some Bastorta officinalis here. You can't even tell what it is because it's so tiny, but this gets like a little pink bottle brush kind of a flower on it eventually, and it spreads by runner. So again, another invasive, aggressive kind of a plant, but I'm not finding it to be problematic so far. Wish it would spread more. These are new for this year. I wanted to kind of mirror the yellow in the front back here. Not much to look at yet, but they are so cute right now. I left this here so I could see what it is. Aurelia cordata Sun King is what that's called. And they get bigger. They get a lot bigger. I think 4 feet tall, like 3 or 4 feet wide. So obviously I've got the miniature size, but sometimes I find it easier to plant that way. Let's go this way for now. Got some sage coming up. This will be purple. And I forgot what these are called, but they are pink. Let's go up this way. This is a Rose of Sharon. It's not very Sharon-y right now, but we'll get there. In here we've just got a mix of a lot of things. We've got irises, we've got cone flowers, we've got foxgloves, larkspur, peonies. It's a dappled willow back there. Never seems to get bigger. I remember when I bought that, they told me it was going to be enormous, and it really never does any bigger than that. So it's about, I don't know, 3-4 feet. And we have the deer decimated that guy. I mean, you can see it's going to be okay. It's alive, but they just picked off every single, let me show you what they did. They picked off every leaf in the winter, so now I know I need to wrap this. But this is an ilex, and you can see it's okay. I mean, it's clearly alive. It just looks like it's not happy. It is not happy. So we back up here. I know it looks kind of weedy, but they're not weeds. We've got some calamint. This is new this year. I liked the calamint so much last year that I put more in. I put 3 more here. These get like a white flower on them. Just dropped in 3 more of those. We've got Blue Angel here. This thing is growing so fast. This was only a few inches out of the ground, I'd say 2 weeks ago. And now it's already kind of up at the top here of the structure that I have it up. And it gets blue, very light blue flowers, very, your typical clematis shape. But this is a pruning group too, so I could prune this if I wanted to, but so far I haven't really needed to. It's only a year old, so I'm just going to let it do its thing. I did put in some more catmint. So Nepeta, Walker's Low here. I've got, so I wanted something to kind of grow underneath this spruce here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 5 or 6 of them in there somewhere. And they always do, they're always fine. I have no problems with the ones in the front that are the cat's pajamas. So those are much more small and tidy little mounds. These are a little bit more large. So we'll see how they do, but so far no problem with them. And the deer don't touch them, so anything the deer won't eat is good with me. Poppies. Every year these do such a nice job. We get such a nice display out of these. I have 2 different types. I have Victoria Luis and White Wedding so far. Maybe I'll get more. I did put more in of the same 2. I just like to repeat a lot. And let's go. The deer. So this is a kind. It's called, I want to say it's called Curly Twists. And this side looks nice. It's got lots of candles, so these will open to be more of this. And you can see it's like curly looking. I kind of like it. Looks shaggy. The other side, though, the deer. Look what they did. They kind of messed it up on this one side, but at least that's not the side that faces the street, so nobody will notice. It'll be fine. Another thing, this I did wrap, but the wind in the winter blew the wrap off, and then I just was too lazy to come out and rewrap it, so that's my fault. And what do we have here? We have another peony. This one is Elsa Sass, so this gets really big and white. White flowers, really fragrant, very pretty. I do have to come out and do some pruning and some fertilizing that I haven't done yet. Let's see what else we got. We got some grasses, some more of the calamint coming up, some calamints here, and the geraniums are there. Some more of the nepeta you can see kind of going around there. Some coreopsis there, more poppies. This one always does a nice job every year. This is the Pritchard's variety Campanula, and it is a little floppy. It's a little floppier than I was hoping, but I just I'm doing some experiments with trying to stake it without A, doing a lot of work, and B, having it look like it's staked. So we'll see. I did not Chelsea chop it this year. I didn't chop it back to make it bloom later or stronger, because last year when I did that, I actually didn't like the way it looked when it did grow in. So I'm just going to leave it and see what happens. More foxgloves. These things seed everywhere, but I love them anyway. I know I shouldn't touch it like that. So that's not a whole lot to see yet, but at least you can see the layout of where things are and what it looks like in the spring. It's very spotty, and as it fills in, you'll get to see what it looks like. So, all right, thanks for watching. Bye.